guys, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink, and today we're going to talk about slow blues guitar training, and we're going to basically talk about basic licks. So we check out 3 different types of licks and learn certain variations really step by step, that you really can have a foundation for your playing. I'll show you which type we're going to learn here. That will be one version. It will go in this direction. These figures I just played are the ones which, when you listen to all these guys, they show up everywhere, especially this opening lick. There are so many variations, but the center or the core of this lick shows up, I would say, 95% or 99.9% of all slow blues guitar or even blues guitar tunes. And so it's really makes sense to really check it out, and we're gonna really go into details because that's what brings you the real meat to the bone, you know what I mean? But before we get started, we might want to talk about the sound settings as well. You know, I really like when blues guitar has this kind of punch, but this has this, you know, this retro type of punch, you know? How do you achieve that? Of course, every guitar is different, any pickups are different, but what I figured out, I'm using here a Fender Deluxe or Fender Vibro King. I have the gain setting like on 7. That gives you the bottom, you know, that your tone has this really strong bottom on each pickup. You know, you also need to check out the 2 pickup positions. And I put the bass and the treble from a neutral setting 5 to 6 or 6.5, and this creates this really punchy sound. And what also works, I'm using, of course, a spring reverb, and that one is set on 25%, so you have this really analog retro vibe-ish blues guitar sound. Now we want to check out those licks step by step, and it makes really sense if you figure out the details and learn the different variations, because I mean the main is something very simple, but learn the details, because that when you check out all these players, you know, they play basically those licks but in many variations, and the more you know about it, the better you can do, and the better you can control the variations you're playing. So let's get started. Yeah, the slow blues guitar training is part of a course. You find it on the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. There you find all elements of the course. And the prior tutorials were talking about timing, and so you need to know at least the basic timing figures in order to proceed what we're doing here. So we are playing basically 2 rhythm figures. We're playing shuffled 8s and triplets. Just shortly repeated, if we have this tempo, that's the tempo. Shuffled 8s would be that's shuffled 8s, and triplets would be 3 per beat. So that's stuff you need to have already together in order to proceed with the variations on these basic licks. So lick number 1, that's the main opening lick I already mentioned. I would say 95% of all slow blues open somehow with this lick. We are in an A minor pentatonics. You should have that already together. Now, the opening lick is you play here the A, and then you slide with the pinky from A to 10 to the same A. So the easiest way to do that is, and the sliding note has to come on 1. So this is an opening phrase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then make a proper vibrato on the long note, and that's it. Sounds easy, but you shall not miss the 4 and. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. Okay? The second figure is a little bit more tricky. The opening is a bit different. It opens with 1, 2, 3, 4. So what do we have here? I already mentioned the triplets, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you play from the second triplet down. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you make here 5, 5, but you start on the second triplet and you slide in the 1. Let's do these 2 licks now with a backing track. 3, 2, 3, 4. They sound really nice and smooth. Lick number 1, variation. So the main problem is not the technical part, it's quite simple. The main problem is that you have the timing under control. The next one is a little bit more easy from the timing, but a bit harder from the technical part. Now we're playing the full triplet we make. So we start on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we play triplets, okay? Or we can make it opposite. Again a triplet. Same thing like this. Let's do that now with the backing track. 2, 3. Sounds really nice. The other one. The other one. And the other one. So they work really nice. They're not too hard from the technical side, but you need to really figure out the timing in order to get the maximum effect from them. So that will be the opening lick, which you can treat as a basic lick, which always shows up. The next lick also shows up all the time. That's the bending lick plus variations. So we have the minor pentatonics. And this note here in the 7th fret of the A minor pentatonics, here on the G string, the bending plus resolving it on the higher string. Just bend and then you jump into the next lick here. That will be the bending lick, which shows up very, very often. So. Okay, so that works. We play shuffle dates 1 and 2 and 3, 4. What we can also do, we make a combination from here and make a combination with the opening lick. Okay, so we make the opening. Then we go here and then we slide up. So let's play these 2 licks here. They're really cool. The other one. Works really cool. Now let's do another variation. A very common one is this one here. So now we make the bending, but then we enter into a double stop. So you need to place your finger here as a barre, and then you make a lettering. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, like this. Or you can also make it as triplets, then would be 1, 2, 3, which again is kind of a variation of the opening lick. So, or let's do that with the backing track. Now the other one, 3, 4. The other one. Works really nice. And you already hear it starts to sound the way it should, and it's not rock science, but you need to know these basic licks. Now we're going to the third part. I call this the talking licks. You know, when they start talking with the guitar, it's basically noodling around this bending. Several variations on this, but we're going to figure out some basic figures that you learn to make them properly. So, the main trick when you do the talking licks is you make the bending, then the release, and then you go here on the 5. So even you're playing only on 2 positions, these are 3 notes, so you make, so 1, 2, 3. See, 1, 2, 3. You have 3 notes, but you're only pressing 2 positions. That causes the biggest confusion at the beginning, but it's not rock science. So let's do this, or we can make it as a triplet, then will be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, whatever you like, okay? What you can do to make it more in direction talking licks, that you make a, that you play this whole figure, these 3 notes, you just attack the first note, then release, and then you pull off. So, okay, also with the triplets, this is the basis of all this, you know, this is the basis of the more complicated talking licks, that you have 3 notes but only 2 positions, you do this pull-off thing. Let's do this now. First, the easy one. Now we do the triplets. Okay? Quite simple, once you know it, of course. We make another variation, make now we make 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we come back. And we only attack the first. Or we make, so we again we make this figure with only attacking the first, and then we go back, and now we attack both. This creates another really cool effect, and that's basically how the talking is done. You know, that's how it's done. So let's do these 2 lick combinations. Now the other one. You see, we are basically playing the same 2, 3 figures with many variations, with timing, with articulations, and that's the key to everything. So it makes really sense that you work on timing, that you know what you're playing, that you become really precise in that, and then you can start to make variations of this. And that's basically what the big players also are doing. It's honestly not much more. Just from the material, of course, expression, feeling, and all speed is also a topic, but just from the structure of it, these are really the most important structures in these basic licks. Yo guys, that was the slow blues guitar training, talking about the basic licks. I know there were a lot of licks now, so if you have had problems memorizing everything, it's all written down for you guys. S-tabs and guitar profile available, plus this cool backing track in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Also there you find the other prior tutorials. If it was already too hard for you, you first need to do the prior tutorials in order to fulfill everything here. But it's now, however you decide on your own, you find it all in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Yo, one more to say. If you love my channel, please subscribe, share to the world that me and Dr. Pink are existing. Please support the work which me and Dr. Pink are doing by getting a premium membership in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. And me and Dr. Pink are saying goodbye.